Hello, I'm Justin Mahutga. I'm going to be reading a selection from Like Water for Chocolate by Laura Esquivel. It was probably banned for some adult content in some of the scenes. Not sure on that, but here's a scene from Like Water for Chocolate. Behind the patio, by the stable and the corn crib, Mama Elena had had a primitive shower rigged up. It was a small room made of planks nailed together, except that between one board and the next, there were such big cracks that it was easy to see the person who was taking the shower. Still, it was the first shower of any kind that had ever been seen in the village. A cousin of Mama Elena's, who lived in San Antonio, Texas, had invented it. It had a 30-gallon tank that was 6 feet high. First, you filled the tank with water, then you got a shower using gravity. It was hard work carrying buckets of water up the wooden ladder, but it was delightful afterward, just to open the tap and feel the water run over your whole body as a steady stream, not doled out the way it was if you bathed using gourds full of water. Years later, some gringos got the invention from Mama Elena's cousin for a song and made a few improvements. They made thousands of showers that used pipes, so you didn't have to do all that damn filling. If Gertrudis had only known, the poor thing climbed up and down 10 times, carrying buckets of water. It was brutal exercise, which made the heat that burned her body grow more and more intense until she nearly fainted. The only thing that kept her going was the image of the refreshing shower ahead of her, but unfortunately, she was never able to enjoy it because the drops that fell from the shower never made it to her body. They evaporated before they reached her. Her body was giving off so much heat that the wooden walls began to split and burst into flame. Terrified, she thought she would be burnt to death, and she ran out of the little enclosure just as she was, completely naked. By then, the scent of roses given off by her body had traveled a long, long way, all the way to town where the rebel forces and the federal troops were engaged in a fierce battle. One man stood head and shoulders above the others for his valor. It was the rebel who Gertrudis had seen in the plaza in Piedras Negras the week before. A pink cloud floated toward him, wrapped itself around him, and made him set out at a gallop toward Mama Elena's ranch. Juan, for that was the soldier's name, abandoned the field of battle, leaving an enemy soldier not quite dead, without knowing why he did so. A higher power was controlling his actions. He was moved by a powerful urge to arrive as quickly as possible at the meeting with someone unknown in some undetermined place. But it wasn't hard to find. The aroma from Gertrudis' body guided him. He got there just in time to find her racing through the field. Then he knew why he'd been drawn there. This woman desperately needed a man to quench the red-hot fire that was raging inside her. A man equal to loving someone who needed love as much as he did. A man like him. Gertrudis stopped running when she saw him riding toward her. Naked as she was, with her loosened hair falling to her waist, luminous, glowing with energy, she might have been an angel and devil in one woman. The delicacy of her face, the perfection of her pure, virginal body, contrasted with the passion and the lust that leapt from her eyes, from her every pore. These things, and the sexual desire one had contained for so long, while he was fighting in the mountains, made for a spectacular encounter.